Hi there, this is Ozer from Team Nile. Welcome to the final episode of our closed-loop automation demo series. We have addressed many AI-powered capabilities of the Nile Access Service already, but we might have saved the best for last. In this demo, my colleague Dipin will show how the Nile Access Service completely streamlines and automates wired and wireless network software upgrades from start to finish, including the validation of user experience before and after. Before the demo, here is a quick reminder on the unique principles behind the Nile Access Service. Thanks to a cloud-native technology stack, wired and wireless connectivity from Nile is delivered with a service mindset. Industry's first performance guarantee for coverage, capacity, and availability is coupled with closed-loop automation capabilities powered by AI, significantly eliminating operational burden compared to traditional network operations. The integrated data model across all components of the Nile Access Service acts as the secret ingredient to fully automate the lifecycle management of the physical network infrastructure. Before I hand the floor over to Dipin for our demonstration, here is a quick recap of how software upgrades are tackled within traditional network infrastructures. Every new software release, of course, comes with a lengthy release note document for IT teams to review and try to understand what's new, what's fixed, and what the improvements are. Generally, these software releases pack a punch with many features stacked on top of each other, some you don't really need, given the monolithic software development model instead of the modern and agile cloud software delivery. Each potentially comes with a new configuration manual and a brand new best practice design and deployment guide, making you wonder if you should update your system configuration across your network, or if you should think about capacity planning differently. You do your best to save the configuration of each of the network elements in case things go wrong, but there is really no way for you to capture the user experience before the upgrade. After the upgrade, you can double check to see if your network configuration is still intact, and then you start waiting to see if there are any user experience issues reported. If you have gone through this journey multiple times in the past and hoping for something better, we might have your answer. Dipin, over to you.
Thank you again, Ozer. In this episode, we're going to look at another example of closed-loop automation for software upgrades. As you know, Nile offers an access network as a service, and the device lifecycle management is essentially owned by Nile. It's taken over by Nile. The software upgrades are conducted in a maintenance window that's agreed upon by the customer. The customer would provide a maintenance window through the user interface. And the way we go about conducting upgrades is the first thing is to take a snapshot of what does the pre-upgrade state look like. That state is captured in the digital twin in the cloud. And the software upgrade is then initiated automatically. There is no human intervention involved. And once the upgrade is complete, the soft part is going to now take a post-upgrade snapshot, store that as well into the digital twin. And what is done is a comparison of a pre and post snapshot. And the decision tree, essentially an automated analysis, is ran on the pre and post snapshot to make sure that there are no discrepancies. If there are discrepancies found, then a soft part would go ahead and possibly even roll back the software to the previous version. If the post-upgrade snapshot looks okay, it still has discrepancies, it would still fire off an automated ticket to our internal team for them to jump on, and they would take the necessary action. It would also create a ticket for the customer to follow up on in case there were some environmental things that were discovered as part of the upgrade process. What we have here is a software upgrade job that was just conducted. And you can see a pre-upgrade snapshot was stored and a post-upgrade snapshot right here. And I'm going to go and select either of these. And the automation is going to run a comparison between the two. And as you can see, it checked for several of these different parameters that we check for before and after. What's interesting here is the long-term clients. This is extremely important and very unique to Nile. And again, going back to the service mindset, we always want to make sure that the customer's network is left on par, if not better, right after the upgrade, so that our customers adopting the service model they feel confident about how Nile is performing their device lifecycle management. What this one, what this line over here is telling me is that there were a couple of devices that were not found after the upgrade was conducted. This in turn would have fired an alert to our team internally, the production network engineering team. And once they get alerted about it, they would be able to go in and take some precautionary actions. Like, for example, go and wake these devices up. Most likely, these were silent devices that may not have started being as chatty as they normally would have been. So there are options we get because of the closed loop automation. We are able to go and mitigate these before the customer walks in the next morning. Also, the automated ticket with the closed loop automation that gets generated, it does have the option if these discrepancies are very many and something that we would not want the customer to live with and run into issues, the soft bot would get triggered and it would roll the software back to where it was. So that's another example of closed loop automation. And we saw an example of how software upgrade is treated by Nile as part of that.
Hey, Dipen, thank you. It was great to see how the Nile Access Service completely automates network infrastructure upgrades, eliminating a ton of operational burden for IT teams. And thank you for tuning in. Hope you found this demonstration relevant to your environment. We are looking forward to continuing the conversation at nilesecure.com. In the meantime, be sure to check out the other episodes in our demo series, highlighting how the Nile Access Service utilizes closed-loop automation powered by AI to tackle network design and installation workflows, network performance issues, and more.